Up, up. Mm, up, 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 up. Mm, mm, mm. All right, fishing time. Finally, I know. Lo siento for taking so dang long. Kate's still alive, which is crazy to me, to put it lightly. Bup, bup, bum. I don't think that humming is valid. I think it happened like 20 minutes ago. I've had this open for like an hour. And it's still only one mystical humming. That's crazy. Being absolutely bodied today. I don't see the ship yet either. Then again, I suppose I was over at spawn. Nice. Oh, there's the boat. Didn't like that sound. It's like a 4, yeah. Nothing, honestly. Not even that bad. You know, no reason not to be on the boat. Yeah, that works. I think. Fishing. Damn, it's already Friday. I'm gonna have to see if I can manage to get like hold of a laptop that's capable of streaming for next Friday. Because I should be like not on the road by then. With any hope. A mobile game stream. Probably not a mobile game stream. I mean, it's not like it's particularly like intensive to run this game, right? Rainbow, shit, we fishing? Oh, we fishing. Well, I'm fishing right now. That should be the right code. Now, I do mean should be. Sandra in the lobby, let's go. Sometimes it just simply is the right code. Spin ball. It's not too late. I think it is actually too late. Like maybe like a couple years too late for me to do the Arknights Battle Simulator. Oh, the sun must be coming up. It's been a long ass time since I've last played Arknights proper. I'm sure like the units I have are perfectly fine for any content they still have out, but play the normal game for it. Oh, I am not worried about having to play the normal game for it. Get it twisted. Or don't get it twisted. I don't know which one works better there. You don't use your units? What the fuck? My units are crazy. This demo? Yep. That's fine. The transience of man or whatever. Ba-da-ba-dum. Alrighty. What are you trying to do there, Sant? There's spin ball? Where are we on the map? I have no fucking idea. Like, that's the lake. And that's the river. Or, like, right there. I think yesterday's stream was, like, one of the first times in a long time where my aphantasia was actually, like, a problem on stream. Which is very funny to me. Reminded me of that. Demos and all that. I'm not even particularly tired today. Just one of those like... Just one of those days where I'm like... You catch the criminal? Yeah, technically. Yeah. I guess that's the right answer. The answer is, we technically caught the criminal. Ah, shit. Yeah, no. What does that mean? Did you kill them? What? The criminal? Did we kill the criminal? Nah, we didn't kill the criminal. Now you might be thinking, okay, then why are you being so cagey about it? It's certainly not because I've already forgotten the names of the characters and I'm like, I don't want to say the wrong name. That would be ridiculous. I would never so easily forget the names of characters. Oh, what the hell? Person who can't do names. Look! Look. 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 Look, 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 look. Listen. Listen. Yeah, you're right. What do you want from me? I would need like at least 3 more streams of that game before I have all the names down. That's not true. I think I have like the 2 detectives that you talked to. I got their names down. That's because their names are London and Reyes. Reyes? I don't know. You can fucking English, am I right? John Police. True, true. Mm. That game was good though. On the other hand, that tree game was definitely not for me. But my brother was a big fan of it, me playing it. But I think he just wants to see me suffer. I don't think he actually gave a shit what the game was. I think if I played I Want to Be the Guy there, forget about it. Forget about it. Although I there was a period of my life where I tried to play I Want to Be the Guy, but like most people who try that game, I was like, this is getting like annoying. Like I can only take the game trying to kill me so many times, like unfairly, before I'm just like, you know, I could play like literally anything else. And boy, does that game like to kill you unfairly. I guess that's like the point, but still, you know what I mean. Not my kind of game for sure. Pretend it's you. I did like watching speedruns of like, I Want to Be the Guy and I Want to Be the Boshi. I found those to be pretty fun. Like someone who's learned the game and is just trying to go real fast. That makes it a lot more interesting than someone who doesn't know what's going on and just keeps dying to every random bullshit that the game has you do. That's, I mean, that's not too bad. Hello, Mortal Comic. You here to fish? You here to relax with some fishing? That's what I'm here for. After a hard week streaming, yeah, okay. I'm eating a fish right now. Oh, shit. Unfortunately, I did not have fish this Friday. Punchers? Yeah. Nah, thankfully, like, this week hasn't been that bad. Worked 10 hours today? God damn. Wow. Well, here's hoping you get some, so long day. It's like the last 12 hours of your life. Sheesh. Yeah, I gotta be chilling. I think that's, fair. Fair and warranted. I did my mandated 8 hours of modding and now I'm here streaming. Just chilling. But that's not work. And this isn't either. Modding what? Oh shit. I'm a mod for other Twitch channels. And by I'm a mod, I mean I'm basically the only mod it feels like at times. That's not true. Not as much anymore. Oh, you're that origin. Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Loud, correct buzzer noise. I've been through some things. That's true. Hey, at least almost all of it's over. Almost. And next week I'll have a nice, I was gonna say I'm gonna have a nice break, but I'm really only missing like half a day. So like not even. I got like a bunch of food ready to eat too. Fishing rank 27, let's go. There's something to be said about the fact that like I finally have like an excuse not to do anything for modding, and it just happens to be on days that I don't have to mod anyway. So I'm just literally just wasting the few precious hours I have to myself on the weekends. Oh well. This isn't Gothic 3. Something terrible is about to happen. No. That's a good thing in this case. Gothic 3. The fuck is Gothic 3? That's a 2006 game, Bunny. What the hell? This by Piranha Bytes. The sequel to Gothic 2? I would hope so. Yeah, when are you streaming it? I don't think I will be. 1 second. About the Gothic remake they're doing right now? I don't know about that. Comes out this year. I've never heard of this series, but if you were to show me a screen cap of it and ask me what year it came out, I think I'd be pretty close. I'd probably say I'd say 2008. So, it's a German RPG. What makes it German? Think Fably. I never played Fable. I know, hide your shock. Oh, hello, Fallen. Yes, true. Hiding my shock? Ah, I see. Yeah, never played Fable. I think, was Fable one of those games that released on the Xbox first? Or like almost Xbox exclusively? Maybe? Xbox and Windows. Yeah, I didn't have like a PC capable of running a video game until like, I don't know, 2013, maybe 2012. I have the physical PC copy of Fable 1 and 2. Yeah, I didn't I didn't have anything good enough to play it. Gamer lies. True. Pretty good for the time. So I've heard. But I didn't have an Xbox device until the 360, and that's the only one I've ever had. I've never, like I said, I didn't have a PC that was capable of gaming until I got my own laptop. And that's a laptop. So like, you know. in internet cafes until 2012. I mean, this should not surprise you. There wasn't really like an internet cafe anywhere near where I am. I'm trying to think. I've never been in one. Same. The school computer lab was the internet cafe. If that's the case, I was just playing Minecraft. Minecraft and, you know, browser games. RuneScape for elementary and Neopets. I don't think I ever played first of all, thank you for the follow. I never played Neopets. I know that for a fact. RuneScape I did play, but not a lot. I did a lot of the rune stuff when I was playing RuneScape. You know, and lighting fires and shit. General Mills web game. I don't think, no. I was more of like an addictinggames.com and like a Cartoon Network web game. For those of you who played the Cartoon Network like crossover RPGs that they used to have, I don't know if they still do on their website. What the fuck? Yeah, you heard me. Armor games? That's a good one. Yep. Now that shit is long gone. Yeah, I figured. I used to play that kind of stuff more. What the fuck? You're a rune crafting main? Was a rune crafting main, and also didn't get that far. I think RuneScape is a very boring game. I know some people like that kind of gameplay, but fuck no. Oh shit! That's my first primordial. Yo! A primordial crab. Yo, we gotta save that crab. It's our first one of that rarity. Go. This fish was so hard to catch. 600 strength. Holy. That is crazy. The congregate pipeline. Hell yeah. Browser games are such a, well, I wouldn't describe most of them as good, but they were definitely like a very creative time in terms of it. Where rifts? There's been one rift in the entire time I've had this game open. I've had it open since 7. So it's been like an hour and a half. The Flash game era truly was like something. The first real game I played, to the surprise of fucking nobody, on a PC was Team Fortress 2. Of course. Up. Conquer Red Alert 2. It is what they went the NFE and slop route, I thought. You never want to hear that. I haven't looked in a long time. Yeah. You know what site is still doing just fine, though? Cool math games. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. I'm going right now. Yep. They're still killing it. Are on Steam now anyways. A lot of the better of the games from that era kind of have been like just putting their stuff on their own platform. Which, you know, well deserved and everything. Epic Battle Fantasy. We truly, we knew how to name games back in the day. I was modding my own stuff. What the hell? Cool math game, sad. That makes sense, unfortunately. Like, Balloon Tower Defense in particular has kind of become its own damn thing. Any Adventure Quest gamers in the chat? Yes! Adventure Quest good, true. When rather than anything bad happening. Yeah. Ah! Wait, what the fuck? No, 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 stop it! Okay, how do we get over there now? Whoops, wrong thing. Put it in reverse? I don't think we can. I think the fastest... Ah! Fuck. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go around. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, nerds up here. We're moving as fast as we can. I just do plunger life. Meanwhile, Sand's still doing his best over there. I was trying to block me? Hell nah. It is really weird that so much of that period of time for like gaming was almost entirely dominated by a bunch of free games people put on the, like these websites for people to just have fun with. What was the solution? I think, yeah, it was jumping. For AAA made free games. True. I mean, there's a lot of really good shit from that era. I don't need to go over all of it, but I think when people are like, I miss that era of gaming, I can honestly see why. I can like, when I remember it, I'm like, yeah, I understand now. The Moon Jump Moon Man one? Moon Man! This is a blockchain type. This sucks. Nah, you gotta learn how to adapt to different fantasies. Let me see. A web gaming portal featuring games that use non-fungible tokens, immutable. Team up with blockchain company Immutable X with a 40 million grant from developers who make block game chains for Concrete. Ah. What's with the glowing orb? Oh, that's a rift. Don't worry about it. There's probably nothing scary in that. Borderlands 2 is a crazy game to have. I see it. I see the streak. If there were any near me. I know for a fact there were none near me. Prototype. Prototype is a game that I have very bad memories of as a kid because I was very much a fan of the Infamous series. And to me, Prototype just seemed like Infamous if it was trying really hard to be edgy. Infamous 2? You know game, you know ball. I'm a big fan of the original two, the original first two Infamouses. In fact, Infamous 2 was one of the few games in my life that I like pre-ordered the special edition for. Why are you so small? Why do people keep asking me this? Because I put down the size slider to 75%. Ghost of X games and make Infamous 4. The problem is, I don't know if... I think the first... What? Well, you asked why I'm so small. And I'm like, I just put the slider down. There is no like deeper meaning behind it. One time I made myself like regular height and someone was like, go back to being small. And I was like, all right. But I think Infamous should be like just kind of put away. Jamie, you do not need to do that. There's so enough. PS5 Infamous, please. Should be not famous. No, the problem with Infamous as a brand these days is that like the first game is beloved for a lot of reasons, but it's like karma system or whatever is like very like, you know, good bad, do bad action, get bad karma, do good action, get good karma, and there's like a very much a binary. Same with Infamous 2. The karma system was always dog ass. It was so dog ass. But the thing is, like, the game was so fucking fun to play. And, like... And, like, I feel like even though the karma system was ass, a lot of the rest of it wasn't. And then after the second game, I feel like they've been like, all right, let's try to, like, innovate on... like, the powers that you have beyond, like... like in the second game, I think you can get like, what is it, ice and fire powers? And they were like, here you go, like, here, get more different kinds of stuff. Second stun, yeah. Level 8 bottom text. True. You're only 20 levels behind. Don't worry about it. And at some point I was like, you're missing the point, I feel, of like what you could do with this series once you start having like 6 different powers you can use. Even if it like is visually pretty interesting. I feel like being set to like one like base set and having augments is fine, but having like a bunch of different things is just, at that point you're just crazy. I think Infamous 1 doesn't need a remake. A remaster maybe would be nice. Just so that it's on modern platforms. Less in between key jingles. Believe it or not, I don't think it does anything. Sony only remasters Last of Us? Yeah, they only do that a year after it comes out. That was certainly an era of video games, though. Remake coming this year? They have like 3 of them, right? 3 different Last of Us remakes or remasters. That was a large ass fish. They can get pretty big, yeah. The Last of Us. The Last of Us, the TV show, the game. Last of Us Remastered, Last of Us Part 1. I'm calling it. Last of Us, the TV show, the game. Attack on Titan, the final CV movie, Part 3? Exactly. It's funny. They're close to catching up to Nintendo's Star Fox. The fact that that is true. Star Fox is literally being re-released again. Which is pretty funny. Is anyone here a big Star Fox fan? Been lost ever since with that franchise. In Smash? Sure. In Smash works as well. I was never a fan of the Star Fox characters in Smash either. My favorite fact about Smash Brothers is technicality. Roy Fire Emblem is technically first released in Smash Brothers before his own game released. That's a pretty funny one. So if anyone asks you what Roy's from, you can say Super Smash Brothers Melee. Why is that fish on fire? I don't know. Looking at Lucas? Is Lucas also? No, because Lucas came out with Brawl, right? One second, I'm looking this up. So, yeah, no. Lucas came. The release date for Mother 3 was 2006. They might be saying, well, never released in the West. To which I would describe, yep, true. This fishing minigame needs a farming minigame. No, the fishing is the main game. It's not a mini game. Okay, wise guy. What? A mini game is a smaller, separated game from the main gameplay. All right? The main gameplay in this game is the fishing. That's why it's normally a fishing mini game in other games. I was just trying to find one of the coolest Flash games I used to play ages ago. Which one? Oh, mysterious thing in the air? It's over this way. Momentum Missile Mayhem. Doesn't ring a bell. It's on the docks. Or any of its 4 sequels. No. I need to like put a light down, man. It's too dark over here. Crush the Castle was the OG Angry Birds. I feel like a lot of early mobile games were inspired by the Flash game era. I guess the Flash game era wasn't over yet by the time OG Angry Birds came out, to be fair, but you know what I mean. It was definitely on its way out by then. When did Flash die? Yeah, monetizing the Flash games. Well, a lot of the early mobile games were not paid for. Oh, what's that one? Zenonia, that's a classic, but that's not what I'm looking for. What was the there was a really old. Okay, that's a game. Yo, anyone else play Song Summoner, the Unsung Heroes? That was like a fucking absolute classic for the iPod. So close, December 31st, 2020. Damn, okay, that's lit. Good graphics, night game. What's the name of that game, Mortal Kombat? That's the game I'm trying to think of, but I can't remember it for the life of me. Because that's the game I'm thinking of. I think that was like the first game I paid for. I think that was a paid game. I know the one you're thinking of. If you were around during that era, you know it. Everyone else play the Artrix games. I'll have to double check. But that does sound a little familiar. Dragon Fable. This looks so fucking familiar. battle on it. We talked about adventure. Infinity Blade! That's it. That would explain why it looks familiar, Fallen. Yeah. Infinity Blade was like the first time I was like, look at what this like phone / iPad could do. I think I played it on a phone at the time. I was like, this is the future of gaming. I was right. In a way. It was in fact the future was gambling. That's true. But it was in fact mobile like games that ended up becoming like really big. You guys are doing Infinite Nikki. No. Look, don't be saying that shit. Massive mobile games are. I know, especially with how it started out as like I said, a lot of the early mobile games felt like Flash games put on a different system. And then microtransactions became a thing and everything fucking sucked. Shame on greed, I guess. 50% of gaming revenue is mobile gaming. Yerp. It's because mobile games allow you to spend more money, right? So it gets whales that just end up just putting in so much fucking money to it. The size of mobile games. True. True. Nowadays, like, mobile games are basically just regular games. In micro for consoles. Yeah, basically. Shout out to Genshin Impact. We all fucking hate what Genshin Impact has done to the gaming market. Not really, most of them are bad. Most games these days are bad. But that's just because so many games are releasing. Both mobile and otherwise. Get an average computer from like 10 years ago. Current day phones are like as good as a computer from like 5 years ago. It's getting kind of stupid. Not like with a graphics card, but like a traditional desktop. Oh, and crunch all the graphics down to 4p. I used to be a big fan of like mobile games. It's too late to get the event medal. Yep. Then most max. That's true. Queen dental room as sentence. Yeah. My phone is one of those like. Let me see, what's in this sucker? It's getting old now. Let's see. System about. Does it have like all of my information? Hardware information. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Sag. I do not have one of them blocky ones. I have a Zenfone 8. So it's a little old at this point. But it's one of the phones that that was more focused on getting you specs over like a good camera, which is something I appreciate. And it has a headphone jack. But like I said, my phone's a piece of shit. It can't, for the life of it, get serviced properly. Headphone jack Pog, yeah. It's a good phone though. Like, spec-wise, it's a good phone. I have 85 gigabytes in my photos right now. What the fuck? Let me see. My storage isn't looking too good either. Honestly, you have way more storage in your phone than I do. Genshin Honker from a phone was like 180 gigs. Yep. Right now, the biggest game, let me take a look, on my phone is Reverse 1999. And then the second biggest game is Fate. Used to cut rope, what happens? What happened was that mobile games became regular games. and people stopped optimizing like years ago. So now they just like, they don't even give a shit anymore. Mine's also only 128 gigs. But like I said, mine's pretty big at this point. There's far less need to optimize. No, there used to be far less need to optimize. We're going backwards where we're needing to start to optimize again. I couldn't fit it on my phone. Yeah, I feel that. Luckily, like I said, I don't take pictures, so I don't have anything there for that. 18 gigs, which is kind of insane. Yeah. But, you know. Yeah. Basically, it's what I'm saying is because developers has felt the need to optimize less for storage, things are getting really big. Like Genshin's fucking massive. You know what game does? Okay, look, I keep talking up how good Persona 5X is, but Persona 5X does let you download individually the different parts of the game so you don't have to have all of it downloaded at once. All right? It's just that games just keep getting bigger. Yep. Live service games be like that, which is why what Persona 5X is so important. If you can just have what you need downloaded, does Persona 5X let you download a good game? Yeah, but you gotta have to like play a lot of the game in order to get to that part. So they reduce the game size. Yep. Kickstarter to make a new game, they are. Final Fantasy 14 does not let you download just what you're playing. You gotta download all that shit. Oh, that you have to play a lot to get to the good stuff? No, you can get to the good stuff pretty fast if you mainline the story. The problem with Persona 5X is that it's a gacha. So progression isn't linear. You know what I'm saying? And since progression isn't linear, you kind of have to like, well, I guess if you pull really well on the gacha, you can get to it pretty quick. And if you don't want to get like the characters, but you know, that's kind of cringe. Also, the difference between those two games is that Final Fantasy 14 is like 10 years old. So there's like a lot of content. Whereas Persona 5X is 1 year old. Well, about to be 1 year old. At least the global. What the hell is Fortune? The fuck? Oh, it's up there. Fortune Minecraft. Yeah, Fortune Minecraft. By the way, you can check what your stats do if you just like equip something with it and like hover over the stat on the left of the menu. I know, but I don't trust that. I mean, it does what it does. Yeah, I mean, okay. You know what? No. Persona 5... Wait, what the fuck? Persona 5X starts off on a very funny note. A deeply unserious note with the Subway Slammer. Not in that the topic of it isn't serious, but like when you're playing it. The what? The Subway Slammer, Yoshi! So, okay. This is gonna sound like I'm a fucking rep for Persona 5. Get it twisted, I'm not, but Persona 5's main theme is that desire is being like taken away from people, right? So it's like kind of the opposite of what's happening in Persona 5, or the original. So the first guy that you have to deal with is a dude who goes around assaulting people on the subway, which is like a very prevalent issue happening in Varlet. Yeah, kind of. So the first guy is a guy who's assaulting people in the subway, but because people are so apathetic about the situation, like nothing ever happens to him, right? So he just goes along assaulting people, right? So that's like how it's supposed to be structured. And it's like, it's handling like a real issue that's happening in Japan, but it's handled so poorly that it's very easy to make fun of. Right? So the big themes of like all of the palaces in Persona 5X in particular are all about the apathy of the general public into what is mostly mundane but harmful actions of people in like society. And I can only wonder why that would possibly be the theme of a Persona game. Or I can only wonder. It's dinner eater time? All right. See you in a bit, Fallen. Oh shit, I probably should do the dolls at some point then, huh? The point is, Persona 5X is good, but they changed writers after the second dungeon because people were so upset with how the first two were handled. In a good way or a bad way? In a good way. Like, no, the writing got way better. Like, if you think of the first two dungeons as like traditional, like, Persona 5 palaces, the third dungeon is this one dude who's acting as a parasite on other people's desires. So he's like in the background of another person's palace, using them to become stronger, which is something that the original Persona 5 game never even bothered to try to deal with in its like theming. It's good. It, like I said, it's another game where you have to get past this like initial, like they were trying something out and the writer, while they had like a good idea, like failed to execute it properly. But then they brought in a new writer to handle those same ideals and they're doing it much better. Apparently it literally only gets better as well. So Like, they want this game to be good. Game dev's out of the gacha game, bro. I know. We really do gotta get. It's just if gacha games weren't. Get them out, we gotta. Unfortunately, gacha games make a fuckload of money. So there's no way companies are gonna stop making them. Holy shit. Alright, let me go do the dolls real quick. Caught. Yeah. It's really unfortunate, to be honest. But that's why Persona. That's why Final Fantasy XIV gets special mention. Because it's a game that also gets better with time, except big asterisk there, by the way. But it's not a mobile game. It's not a gacha game. It is a live service game, though. Oh my fucking god, really? Okay. Okay, now this is workable. Blue or white? Tears. How about like, how about, I'm trying to think. Mongo, baby? Oh, fuck. I thought that was a 2. Okay, it's Rebirth. Not blue, so white. Tears. We don't know if it's familiar. Tears. Maybe like a tech? Ludovico technique? Fuck. Also 2. What's a bad Tears item? Epiphoria? That's blue. It needs to be white. I'm like really thinking white. Maybe it's another eye item? Like cursed eye? Oh, fuck, it was! I'm literally so good. I was like, I had this like premonition. I'm like, what if it's another eye item? There's like a couple of those, and those are usually white. And then I saw cursed eye, and I'm like, I forgot. It could be complete ass as well. All right, trinket time. Let's see. Usually white. Usually. There's like Eye of Belial. Trinket? Trinket, anyone? Sigil of Baphomet. What the fuck? Less than black or gray. Yeah, you'd forget. I'm out of puns. Yeah. Just give me like black tooth. It's gray. But not black. Cartridge? More than 9. By the way, can we do Persona tomorrow? Nope. We already got what we're doing tomorrow. Why would I do Isaac's Fork? That shit is not it. Item charge, many stats, dim bulb? Vibrant bulb. Yeah, that's... Looking. Yeah. Good trinket. This is definitely secret rooms. Actually, compass. So no. It is compass, but this is mapping. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Explodes. Yep. Cross. And boss. Items with a size adjective in their name. Yeah, I guess Tiny Toma does count for that. Honestly, I might have been able to get that, but... Woo! Okay. From where I am sitting, Fallen looks like Flattened Teddy from, Okay, is Origins Lake open? Yeah. You see it on stream? Gen 8, 1, no. Fallen is passed out. Fallen is passed the fuck out. Are you Toxel? I'm so fucking good. I'm literally the best. Oh, fuck! Wait a second, that is Wooloo! Sell price suck forever? They can go up to pretty high. I knew it. In the forest inhabited by blank, it is said that there are many streams and towering trees where they gather food. The Pokemon walks through its forest gathering food every day. What the fuck? Name an animal? How do you get that? I'm a Pokemon master, don't you know? Max rank in Pokemon Champions before they added the other ranks above it. Yeah, that's me, alright. Forager animal. This Pokemon walks through its forest gathering food every day. Greedent? Scrovit. Fuck. Normal. Fuck. Icelands? Swamp Forest? Bear Energy? Ursaring? Sure. In the swamp. Fucking whatever. Who gives a shit? Okay. This is very Reggie Rock coded. I'm trying to think if it could be another Pokemon. There are some bears in Shrek, aren't there? Anyway, I'm pretty sure this is Reggie Rock. Yeah. No, I was about to say, this is not Reggie Rock. We got problems. All right, this one's for Yoshi. Yo, it's John Arc Summer. So, like, Archer. Local Forest. True. It couldn't be less a Reese adventure, actually. It's actually... Is it entire Reese? I think so. With eyes to see. Yeah. Ow! Fucking flashbang. Jesus Christ. Okay, this fingerprint was found. Yeah, there's a lot of close ones, but this is Father Mango in the quaint garden. Father Mango. Either Father Mango was in the town square, nope, or Yarn was in the quaint garden. All right. A brown hair was found wrapped around a pair of gardening sheets. Blonde, brown, brown, no hair, blonde. So these two have brown hair, which means these guys cannot have it. Commander Champagne was not amongst your Champagne? Was not where? The crumbling statues. So the ancient ruins. Ah, fuck. A-U-E-T-R-S. A blank 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 was discovered. Adjective and oh fuck. Painting. This is a painting. You got any paintings anywhere? Giant painting. Okay. Is there any other paintings? Okay. Well. Of many generations of rich dead guys. So now I just need to figure out what this is. What is this word? Noir? Noir. Noir something. What the fuck is this word? A blank noir blank. I'm so bad at these fucking unshuffle, man. Yo, Kate! Welcome. Thank you, Raiders. Get raided. Thank you, Kate, for the raid and for the sub. How'd Spelunky go? I saw your ass, last time I was there. Right before it went so smooth. Don't fucking lie to me. I was there for most of it. Last time, the last thing I saw before I was like, I should probably start my stream was Nimi pushing you in a jetpack into a wall, exploding both of you. They got to Olmec? That's good. Zero panic? I'm sorry to tell you, Kate, I was there when you were in Lava Land. Your ass was panicking hard. I saw every second of that. You can try to lie, but I was there watching. Kate got the big panic. Nimi was cool as ice. No, last time I saw them in Lava Land, Nimi literally jumped into the lava, spawning like those lava dudes, and that lava dude hit Kate. So I would describe that as anything but cool as ice. None rifts, none rifts. All right, what do we got? You guys are distracting me from trying to decipher this word that, you know what? I'll come back to that. Such as who's in chip will have brown eyes. Okay. But no, it was a good time when I was watching. Brown, gray, brown, blue. So it can only be. Wait, who was it? Major red. Civic was in the chapel. So true, thank you. Yeah, that was a good time. When you, what's the next game you plan on, saying you're an expert in and then not playing for like 2 years? Time to teach Nime Yu-Gi-Oh? Nime. You're an expert on that too, aren't you? Darn will metal. I never said I was an expert. Ah, yeah, true. True, you didn't. However, counterpoint. I don't really have much else. Derek, you. Lady Violet had a weapon made of paper. Well, that sums that up. So the only piece of information I'm missing is this fucking... Now I'm gonna look stupid! God damn it. Just gotta get through a bit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Get Nime started on Nime started on Final Fantasy 14 so they can do maps. What is this word? Why can't I figure this out? This was in this area. So this will tell me what's there. And once I have that, it should be easy. What are these goddamn words, man? Which word? This one and this one. Was discovered, doesn't matter, and doesn't matter painting. There's only one place with painting in the description, and it's the manor house. So we know it's the manor house. I just need to find out what was discovered at the manor house. Screw? Screw. Iron screw? Iron screw! Rusted iron screw. That's how you do it. Okay, and let me know that cyanide committed the murder. Technically, we didn't even need to do that, but, you know, it's fine. It's important to, like, to do that. Anyway, if any of this is wrong, don't laugh at me. Never mind, I'm fucking goated. I like Trudes better. Don't look at that time I was talking to Kate. That doesn't count. Any good Akinator guesses today? Anyone been thinking about it? Spelunky MC. Okay, like the default Spelunky, John Spelunky. Alright, I got a picture of him. Let's do this. Character animated. Like, literally, yes, but I don't think that's what you're asking. Not female. Sing on stage? Nope. Famous YouTuber? Nope. One day I'll choose a YouTuber. We don't know how old they are. They're not evil. Not in a movie. Not real. Yes, from a video game. They do have hair. Do they use guns? Yeah? Yeah, they do. The main character from Spelunky does, in fact, use a gun. Yeah, for sure. Fight against monsters. Yeah, I describe fighting against monsters. They do that. If they rob one, sure. Do they wear armor? No. Multiplayer game. Do you consider couch co-op to be multiplayer? Probably. Yeah, I think probably is a good guess. Often wear a hat. Now we're talking. Not from Roblox. Stop asking. Not from a first-person shooter. A cowboy. No. 2D game. Yes. I've got raspberry cheesecake ice cream right now. It's so good. Hell yeah. Do they not work in a restaurant? Human being? Yeah, they look human to me. They're not from a mobile game. They do be hunting for treasure. They do fight. Okay, they got it. Expeditioner? Yeah, that's what they be doing. Brown hat? Yeah. Collect gems? Yerp. They have not been in a movie. Character build things? No. They do use a whip. Nope. No, they're just fucking with us now. Don't worry. Akinator loves to ask you a bunch of fucked up questions and then be like, by the way, I've had it the whole time. They have been to hell, yep. They're not a general, no. Survival game. That or it's trying to decide if it's Indiana Jones, true. Is Spelunky a survival game? No, right? No, yeah. Like, survival is a very specific genre. They're not usually naked. Does your character play GTA 5? No. Does your character live in a house alone? I don't know. Like, you survive, but it's not survival? Yeah, basically. Does your character ever wear a hat? Brother, it's fucking with me. I know it. You know this character. I don't know. Yeah, they be killing. They do not be cussing a lot, though. Red outfit. Nope. Favorite colored green? I don't fucking know. Maybe. I don't know if they're over 65. They don't look it. I don't know. I don't know if they live with a child. They do not speak, as far as I remember. They are human. They do wear hats. How many times have they've asked me if they've worn a hat? 3 times? No, they don't live in Japan. Huh? Huh? No? It's soccer. No. Like, collect them? Yoshikage Kira? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. Okay, the Spelunky main character is based on Indiana Jones, but Indiana Jones isn't a real person, right? That'd be another fictional character. Yeah, okay. They do not have braces, as far as I can tell. Really tall. I would not describe them as really tall. With diamonds. Probably. They're not playing the Sims 4. I don't know if they're into sports. Character currently alive? Probably. Character a hero? Probably. Love cats. I don't know. Now, dogs, I do know. have a six-pack? I don't know. I mean, he probably does. They do be using explosives. I don't know if they're located in California. Does your character wear a star? Where he goes in for the kill? True. I don't think we see him smoke. Mostly a shade of blue? No. Have a guitar? No. Not from Star Wars. This guy had it at like 20, by the way. He's literally just fucking with me. We'll get to like 80 and then he'll be like, by the way, it's the Spelunky main character. Fuck you. Yeah. It's Guy Spelunky. There he is. Played 6,219 times. Akinator, you son of a bitch. Stop making me go to 80 questions, will ya? Dude's such an ass. He's always like, by the way, go to the max number. Every time. Bro had it. I believe it. I think as soon as I was like, not from a TV show / movie and looks like Indiana Jones, basically. Now it's compliance. Yeah, for sure. I swear, it used to give me like responses at like the 40 question mark. Now I always feel like I'm going all the way to 80. Oh snap, we fishing. It's Fishing Friday. We are, of course, fishing. Nice. That's nice. Actually get me a good totem? I doubt it. I've given up on good totems, man. This shit ain't giving me nothing. Fish? The totem. Look, I don't have terms in my chat. Alright? Probably. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. It's fishing. 5 fortune, 2 damage. Pretty good. Just start. I need to go sell the shit in my inventory. Oh, I reached level 29. Boomo, you got it. I can do this while I'm fishing. Go, 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 go. Easy. Simple. 11 fortune, 11 damage. We're getting somewhere. That is good. I'll take 11 fortune, 11 damage. That's better than anything I got. That's total. Oh, I need that on like a single one. So I can actually catch things. The problem is I don't have anything good. Quick fight. I need like 9 seconds of head start, I think, is what I want. An Addy? Isn't it Obby? I don't know Roblox terms. Alright, and hot glue them together. I wish, man. That'd be sick. Ba-da-da-dum. Ba-da-da-dum. But yeah. I want to fish. But you want to fish in real life. You're not here for rift fishing. Fortune. Hello. Oh, thank you for the follow, Conductor Afa. Uh-oh. Big fucking spin ball. True. I wish I had like a astronomical spin ball. It's like a giant fucking spin ball. Seriously, fishing since the Gar incident. For some reason, I'm like, what happened with the gun? But no, that's the car. Not the Gar. Me when I'm going fishing, so I get the car out of the back. Face small slippery red tail. Okay. By the way, I need to talk about this bird. It has not done anything since I got the fucking binoculars down here. Every day I wake up and I'm like, is the bird out? Is the bird out? Every fucking day it's been silent. Don't bait me with this topic again. There's nothing to bait you with. I got nothing to give you other than what I had before. Let me go clean out my inventory real quick. There are no developments on my end, unfortunately. I'm doubting the bird was ever real. I wouldn't blame you for that, to be honest. I gotta know what it is. I would love to give you all of the information you could need. That's not true. I'm sorry. I'm literally just fucking lying to you. How's my gear? Do I have anything that's better damage-wise? Regular precision damage up focus. Fortune, steady hand, head start. Focus, formless form, head start. Oh wait, that might be just like literally better. I lose some fortune, but I don't really gain much is the thing. I got more, not even like that much more head start. This is garbage. Oh, right. That gives me how much head start? 5 seconds? Pretty good. Government drone bird? I'm starting to think it might have been like something like that. Damage up 5, quick bite 7. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. I don't need quick bite. Alright, so if I sort by type, and then I want to put all of this. Sorry, no. I need to sell all my fish and then I transfer all of it. Sell all rifflings for 12,000. Holy inventory? Yeah. Now that my inventory is settled, store all. Yes. Oh, I filled my storage up. Fuck. This. Yo, give me my crabs back. Storage 2. Oh shit, there is a storage 2. Okay, wait, hold on. Store all again. Grab the funny crabs. Okay, I'm good to go. Alright, you guys still up there? I'll get back up. But yeah, the bird, haven't seen it. So I'm sitting here with these binoculars every day like, today's the day. I'm drawing evil Joel? What the fuck? Have you seen other birds? Like, literally, I've seen other birds, yeah. Can you text on NL chat for me? Why? If I'm needed there, I shouldn't be needed there. right now. Nothing's, it's fucking offline. Let me see. I guess I should at least check. Let's see. Slash, this piece of shit. Go to the chat. Okay. Damn, I messed up the E. Unfortunate. Are you doing it up there? Yeah, you are doing it up there. 1 second. Hi, fish. Evil Joel. As an NL mod. I always am, unfortunately. I'm never given a break. Rift at the dock? Aw, shit. Well, I'm not catching this fish, man. I do got a billion seconds of head start, though. When I went there, all I saw was you, some guy asking for the dulls, and Nightbot giving the dulls command. Which is about what I expect. I feel like one of the few things people go to NL's chat for is to get the dulls list. Like outside of the stream. He doesn't have like a really big off-stream chat? Oh, did he kiss me? No, obviously not. What? Astronomical? Yeah, astronomicals are the big fish. This kind of fish. Oh, wait, shit. 1 second. Like this big. Or this big. Blub, blub, blub. Because I assume they sell for a fortune. Mine is also astronomical. Yeah, you gotta get the big fish with the big multipliers. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Mine is like a moon. No, a goldenrod? Gold! Other one is like a planet? That's true. Gold. When was the last time we heard that? It must have been like years ago. Goal, but spelled like Joel? Yeah, okay. Goal! But it's spelled like jail? But it's the spelling of jail that doesn't look anything like the word jail? Joel. And it's just a rotating gold bar. I already sent in the request for the emotes, alright? You're just gonna have to wait patiently for them. Like me, who has to wait patiently for all the art, really. Because that's how that works. Joel Scholl has a goal at the goal. Oh, fuck, that's jail! Fuck! Why is that word so stupid? Why does it look like that but it's pronounced jail? To add it as an emote? I don't know. I'm trying not to have like literally just emotes that I have on Better Twitch TV as emotes for the channel. Otherwise, I would use, first of all, it doesn't help that like 90% of the emotes I have are copyright infringement. Head start, maybe. As a Better Twitch TV emote? I have a lot of emote slots. I'm gonna be so real. I have so many emote slots that I'm not doing anything with. I can't. Look, it's just how it is. I didn't really have anything to like make emotes of. Looking. The problem, Blue Tallow, is that art is expensive. And the artist I got for my emotes isn't the cheapest option. Because I wanted some custom emotes. Oh, look at that. I got a mini rift. Art is pensive. That's true. So, I got 5 emotes in the hopper. 6 emotes in the hopper, technically. 5 static, 1 animated. The Hoppler. Yeah. You know, it's that one block from Minecraft that, like, when something's put in it moves it to... Yeah, you know how it be. Derp. My beautiful sun hopper. Redstone. I don't know. I'm such a fraud. It's the bunnies in the desert. True. There are other things I'm thinking of getting as well that I was looking at. I've never beat the Ender Dragon. Can I tell you something? You're not missing much. It's not like the Ender Dragon is some cool epic fight. It really isn't. Yeah, the dragon fight is lame. It's more about what the dragon fight unlocks that matters. You know what I mean? There's such a beast like that. It is a pretty big dragon. Would be demolished. True. Bro, these fish are too powerful. I need more strength, more damage. I don't think the Ender Dragon is part of an ecosystem, which is really fucked up. Because it's in the ends. The end only has like what? Enderman and Spulker boxes? It doesn't really have much to do with either of them. She's the last of her kind, I think. Something like that. Bit my cheap hook to shreds. Damn, fucked up. You can be necromanced. Cursed to be the last of your kind, more like. But yeah, I don't think... Minecraft's a weird game. Minecraft's a weird game because I'm like, there's no reason to do anything in Minecraft actually. Like the purpose is just to play it. Fucking hell. Damn dang fish. You know what I mean? You simply are there to complete a goal that you assign yourself. And when you're done with that, you either move on to another goal or stop playing Minecraft. And like... Joel. Big fucking fish? That's not even that large. Big towel. True. True that. I was checking your better Twitch TVs. Oh yeah, how are your emotes doing, Fallen? You got some bangers on there. Is now tied for fourth most views. Let's go. Tied with Haru Gun. It's crazy that Haru Gun is fourth. What's number one? Fourth with 6 channels? That's still a lot, to be honest. Elizabeth Dance? That's a good one. I was looking at my better Twitch TV emotes the other day, and I did see that, like, a lot of them are from you. So I do appreciate that. Joelis is in first with 47 channels. Holy shit. But not this one, which is funny. And Elizabeth Dance with 26. It's a pretty big jump up, but 26 is still really good. Joel, wait, you made that emote? What the fuck? Joel Steer's really good. Do I have Joel Steer in my chat? I feel like I do. Because I use it. Ulu has 2 now? Let's go! Ulu Stair! How's Hinabi Ballin doing? That's like one of my most used emotes. Just one. Let's go! Still me, baby. Not a lot of Rune Factory fans out there? Now that's the truth. Especially Rune Factory 5. They don't understand though. Honestly, Fallen, a lot of the trouble I had with coming up with emotes is that a lot of the emotes you provided handle such a wide range of stuff. Like Cube, Hinabi Ballin, Wooloo Stare. Like those are all classics. Deadlock, what's the plan? What's the plan? Cube is a personal favorite of mine. I use Cube all the time. Pounds also has 3. Cube. Oh, thank you, Owlish, for the follow. Cube is like might be my most used. Let me double check actually. On Discord, I use Cube a bunch. Yeah. So the most used emotes of the ones you provided are Hinabi Ballin and then Cube. Then Wooloo Stare. Mystical humming in the air? There it is. That seems like it's on the ground. We'll probably have to go up and around, maybe? I somehow turned off my UI in the game. That's H, I believe? Yeah, H. I had that happen one time when I was talking with Nilia. Speaking of, I wonder where she is. Where is it? Is it like right over here? It is. Up! That's on the other side. Good thing I didn't jump. Holy, that would have been bad. But yeah, I use Hinabi Ballin' a lot. I use Cube a lot. Just really solid emotes. Stuck in a T-pose for a moment. Nice. Those emotes are very versatile. Cube in particular, I found myself using way more than I thought I would. Good emotes. You know what okay, chat. I'm gonna tell you some information now. All right. Catch a shark. I'll do my best. I have started work on what I'm going to be doing for the PowerPoint, as I promised I would do, and I realized I do not have a whole lot to say. It's a little bit of a problem. That's fine. Literally, right now, what I have is like, hi, here's me. Then I have the list of all the artists, some slides to show off the art, and then a thank you end screen. That's it. Put a Wordle on one of the slides. I'm using I use the search function to find like good slide templates. What's the PowerPoint for? They want me to have like a PowerPoint for when I show off my model for the first time, like what Kate had, but way lower budget. Way lower budget. Oh, that is a pretty good towel. I just thought it would be funny. I hope you're ready. I'm using like default settings, like search for like the style, and then like whatever I can think of to put on it. I'll probably go through it with the people who have access to the super secret channel. Favorite moments from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I could put in my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Your best Yakumons? Maybe. Maybe. My best Yakuman is when I got True 9 Gates. True 9 Gates, there we go. That's my best Yakuman. I've gotten better, like more Yakuman, but that's my best one. Did you put the bird call in for ID? Just put that in the fucking PowerPoint? That would be funny. Side labeled unsolved problems. Just have like N equals NP on there. Have like the bird. Put in like an unbreakable board from Yu-Gi-Oh! And just like a bunch of question marks. It's all about ID, and our quizzes would be bird sound. It would just be bird sounds. That's crazy. Put a butt up. Put a butt up. Include a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game state. Now look, these are all funny ideas. But like, you have to remember, I don't want to put that much effort into the PowerPoint. Like, I'll probably do something funny, sure. But I'm not like an expert at Yu-Gi-Oh or something. Right? I know the decks I play. But I wouldn't say I always play like optimally. Is this shrinking? Yeah, it's shrinking. The other one is on the other side of the dock. Where the fuck? Oh, it's over here. Wait, what the fuck? Whoop, whoop. But I did get started on it. Bridge? Ah, fuck. That's annoying. I just wanted to let you all know that I did not forget my promise. Now, the thing I haven't really done is the Fumo for my model, but then I was thinking and I'm like, that can wait. I got time. Where the fuck is this? I thought you said it was bridge. Oh, it is bridge. Fumo, yeah. The problem is when I go to do the Fumo, every time I open that shit up, I'm like, fuck, I'm bad at art. Oh no, I'm real bad. And the motivation just fucking drains out of me. Anyone can cook. Is an MLG gaming montage? I don't know if I can do that. With hit movements from TF2. I do not have that. I have my phone out. 1 second. Gotta fix this. There we go. They probably will not have that. I also will not have like an opening movie like Kate have. This is what it's gonna be like. It'll be, the stream will start with me on the PowerPoint. Not me, not the model yet. Just the PowerPoint. That's just like my PowerPoint. Real good stuff. Then the second slide will be where I show off the model for the first time. Well, to most people. If you paid the money to see the model already, you already know what it is or what it looks like. If you are Yoshi in particular, who's the only one who's shown up to some of my testing streams, you know what it looks like in motion. Yeah, it's on screen right now, right? They don't know that yet, though. Minecraft water bucket trick jumps. Oh, shit. Who's the little guys? Those are the Fumos. I got one of the big ones. Nice. Hopefully, I'll have to ask Amara if things are going right. Like a Labubu. No! Loud, incorrect buzzer noise. They're just plushes. Specifically, like a very specific kind of plush called a Fumo. Except the one on the right, the character name is Fumo. That's important. That will be on the test. I literally just skipped the fucking check for that. That fish. Or that totem, I guess. But I do have things ready. An interactive Jeopardy section. Would you believe me if I told you that, like, one of the default things was like a, here, have your, like, it was like a corporate bullshit where it was like, here, play a game. And I was like, what the fuck? I'll take lore for 200. Coming in 2 months. Hell yeah. Do I have a Fumo? I do have a Fumo. I have a Fumo of Starbreaker from 100% orange juice. It's the only Fumo I have. Can I throw it? Yerp. The rainbow Labubu in the rear window. Oh, if it's closed, cat bad. That's pretty funny. Can you crush it? No, I don't want to crush it. It's like, I got it a long time ago and it's like my only one. I remember the 100% orange juice plush fundraiser. Yeah! Long time ago. God damn, Fallen. Sometimes I forget just how long you've been here. Or just how long I've been doing this. Goodbye, 6-star, 500-point fish. Yeah, be like that sometimes. What is this fish? Why is its defense so high? It's an elusive spin ball, that's why. I should have pressed up when I should have pressed down. Yeah. Ah, an atomic fish. Shark? No. There is a shark, but it's like an ice shark. The nullfish. I'll go like half an hour over since I was late by an hour. I know that doesn't add up, but it's my stream, my math. If they don't have one, I think Negressa used to stream a long time ago. Look at my Adam. Nice. You can go to Sir Toasty Toast stream. I think he's still alive. Wait, hold on. Let me check. No? Absolute cowardice. Did he actually succeed in his shiny hunt? He must have caught it. Yeah, he must have got it. I don't think he's live anymore. He's always streaming. Well, he has the Ranch Week stream going all the time, but not like on his main channel, I don't think. Yeah, he was doing a shiny special thing for the last few days. I think it was like get a shiny via. He do be streaming? Oh, that's weird. It doesn't show him as streaming on my in the NL Discord. He was doing, what is it? Shiny using every method, which is crazy. That's crazy. Specifically because of the getting a shiny through just walking in grass at full odds fucking sucks. Oh no, sorry, I was just concurring with Yoshi O. Like, I can only think of a few methods of shiny hunting. There's chain fishing, the Suda method, like overworld shiny hunting, and like Let's Go. You got like the regular old shiny hunting by walking around in grass. You have like shiny hunting via max raids. Soft resetting. Yep. That's another one. Soft resetting's a fun one for sure. For shinies and shield. Yep, that's the Masuda method is by far the easiest way to shiny hunt in most games that it exists in. Now, did he shiny hunt in Pokedoku? Spent like 3 days trying to get a shiny Dreepy, and I finally got one that I never opened the game again. Here's a fun fact. I spent over 200 hours shiny hunting for a shiny Indeedee in Sword and Shield. And anyone who was there for those streams know what the fuck was going on with that. I was losing my mind. Caught tiny shark. Nice. That's my longest hunt I think I've ever had. Like, yeah, I lost my mind. You say 3 days. If you did that shit for all 3 of those days, 24 hours straight, it would have been nowhere near the time I put in to get that shiny Indeedee. It was miserable. A miserable hunt. Now, I liked Indeedee before it was cool, all right? Before it became competitively viable, all right? I always had faith in Indeedee. And now it's good. And now, like, I'm like, yeah. Like, I shiny hunted for an Indeedee, and it's like, oh, to use in competitive? And then I gotta be like, no, I just liked Indeedee. And I did end up getting an Indeedee female as well, which ended up being really good because that's the one that ended up being competitively good. I don't think Procopia has shinies. No. Now, did Toasty shiny hunt the shiny NPC costumes and Pokemon Battle Revolution? Having orange in chat if you risk being filtered. Don't worry, I'm reading your comments. I'm reading everyone's comments. I'm fishing, I'm not even playing a game. 6 damage, fortune. Why is everyone getting shit but me? Now, I'm also not really like afraid to just like delete people from my chat for being a nuisance because I already had to deal with that kind of shit. Like in NL's chat, mostly. I kind of have free reign in Kate's chat to ban whoever I want as well. I ought to be dead where I said, nah. I've got 1 totem tag. That's kind of crazy, actually. Literally doing something right? The answer is you're not nearly as annoying, like annoying enough for me to have you as like a target, to have a target on your back, basically. I'm not going to say a pretty big bar for how annoying you have to be, but it's not like a small bar. Maybe it's because I have like a tolerance due to all the modding I do, but Megresta kills. Megresta doesn't give a fuck anymore. She's like, she's done. She's like, I don't give a fuck. If I want to ban someone, I'm just going to ban them. And I'm like, based. You do that. I'm not paying good enough attention to the game. A true gamer does not need to pay attention to the game. A true gamer can simply fish. Out until you hear the fish caught noise. True, true. Is so quiet, then you gotta raise the volume. Now, you probably can't play this with like a YouTube video by the side. Hey, there you go. There's your shark. $256 fucking fish. How do I take that? With better stats. I accept that shark. Sharks are pretty cool. Me when I say a very obvious thing. They are super cool. Is there a proper shark Pokemon? Like, the only thing I can think of is like Sharpedo, but is Sharpedo fake? Yeah, I'm gonna say Sharpedo's fake. All the sharks vertical and they just like freeze. What the fuck? Look, you got a shark too. Why is Sharpedo fake? I think it fucking the shape of its body. I'm gonna go with the shape of its body. That's why it's fake. Just because he's fat. No. Don't word it like that. He's just a round shark. That's the thing. He's a little too round, like ball shaped. Gibble is okay. That's right. Garchomp and its line are technically sharks as well, but they're land sharks, like in particular. So they're not like sharks. But I guess they are technically sharks of some variety. They're like bullets but Pokemon. That's kind of the problem. Sharpedo, that's a weapon. Garchomp, also a weapon. Not really shark. Or I guess it'd be more correct to say like Garchomp's a plane, but like there's no bullets. The D&D creature. Oh, not Bullet the gun. Well, you can understand the confusion. And a literal weapon. That's what I'm saying. They love their dragons to be like either guns or, I mean, weapons or planes. Think about it. Latios and Latias, that's a jet. Rayquaza, that's a missile. Right? And you might be saying, oh, Baxcalibur, that's a sword. Zygarde, that's a cannon. Where the fuck is it? Oh, there it is. I wasn't saying that at all. Oh. The problem with like asking for Gen 8 Game 3 is that they stopped doing that. If you think about it, the last time they released a third game was Gen 4. Like Gen 5 had Black and White 2. Gen 6 didn't have anything. Gen 7 had the Ultra games, but that was like not a third game. There was another 2. Gen 8 had was the start of the DLC era. Right? Ah, I'm not catching this shit. That's what I'm saying. Black and White 2, right? But that's a new set of 2 games, not a third game. which is the same thing that Gen 7 did with Ultra Sun and Moon. The last third game was very specifically platinum. Which means there's been more generations without a third game than with them. Which sounds wrong. That sounds incorrect, but it is true. Pokemon, you fell off? Some people would say that that's true, that Pokemon has fell off. And I'd be like, in a sense it has. In a sense it hasn't. That's it, end of sentence. I would love a Primordial Anchor. I'll take one right now. Bring back Pokemon contest. They literally did in Gen 6 for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. And you might be saying, okay, but that's just a Gen 3 remake. Yep. That was a decade ago. Yep. I didn't play that game. Well, you know. I personally like that each Pokemon game has something to it that's unique to it. Like, team game that's got a real neat team building that's very Pokemon inspired. There's a lot of them. A lot of them. I think I played Cassette Beast on stream and that was a good one. Surlim. I haven't heard of that. I played Monster Sanctuary. I am a big fan of like creature collecting battling games in general. I do not miss triple battling at all that much. There's a lot of specifically battling gimmicks that I do not miss in the slightest. Rotation battles? Nah. Sky battles? Nah. Do really cool stuff with? Interesting. Let me think. What other stupid ass battle styles have they had? The Battle Royale. The Gigantamaxing is acceptable because it's funny. If you were to ask, Horde battles? Horde battles were a thing, yeah. Gigantamaxing, if you ask like a competitive player, they would probably call it the most overpowered of all the gimmicks. Horde battles were cool. They were pretty cool. I used to horde battle to EV train, I think, back in Gen 6. Because it was a nice way to shiny hunt while I was training. I think I only got 2 shinies that way, though. The problem is, I don't think people know what they want from a Pokemon game. Because if there's too much battling, it gets really boring. If there's too much dialogue, it's too much. I do Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. The problem with wanting more Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is that they won't ever fucking do it. Again. And also they've already released Peak. That's probably a big part of it, right? They made Super Mystery Dungeon. It was fine. People liked it, but every time they're like, why play this when I could just play like a modded version of Explorers of Time? with like more Pokemon added to it. You know what I mean? They really do just, yeah, do that. I have. Make peak again. They should. They could. You know, if Nintendo really wanted to make money, just release Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time, Sky, and Darkness again. Make it like, I guess you could do Sky, right? Explorers of Sky. And just like put in more Pokemon. That's all. The only change you make into it is that it has more Pokemon. People would eat that shit up. Like, actually. They did remake the first Mystery Dungeon, so I don't think it's impossible. Gen 5 remake first. Gen 5 might be the Pokemon game that needs a remake the least, if I'm going to be honest with you. To be honest, I didn't think Gen 4 needed a remake either. Mr. Beast Dungeon? Come on. I feel like we had this discussion before. True! I personally think that the 3DS games in particular need remakes more than Gen 5 because they're running on garbage hardware. Like, the games are literally too much for those systems to handle. And yeah, the pixel art in Gen 5 is like the best in the series. Like, what are they gonna do? Ruin it by making it 3D? Get it twisted. My only complaint about Gen 5 is that the Pokedex is bad. And he might be saying, well, what about all these cool Pokemon? And then here's what I'd say to that. Yeah, what level do they evolve at? And then you just be like, because they all evolve too late. And in different poses or whatever. They will never do that. That's a lot of work. That might be actually too much work. If you crank up the saturation, literally try it. I know they did. I'm not talking about how the models looked, Jamie. I'm talking about how the games literally played. They have Pokemon money. No, they have Game Freak money. The Pokemon company has Pokemon money. There's the ones who decide how much Game Freak gets to have of that. Weird they only added one Pokemon. Game Freaky. But I think what we need to do is wait for Gen 10 to see what they're doing with that. Like, see how the models are, see how the overworld stuff's going, the in-battle shit. See how much better it is now that they have access to Switch 2 resources. Surely they'll get it right on the 10th try. The problem is, Pokemon has gotten it right a couple times already. Not every time is it like 100% a banger, but they have released games that are more or less like perfections on the Pokemon formula. The Dusk Club Pokemon Command. And then they forgot how. Well, the thing is, they always try to do something like different to take advantage of like what's currently like being able to be used. Like Gen 6 was like putting everything to 3D because the 3DS could handle it and all that shit. I'd simply do it good. Well, there's no way to know if you're doing it good or not until you fucking, you know, release it. And people, you see the sentiments of the people. It's not like there's any, okay, that's not true. I know people hate me for saying it. Gen 2's kind of bad. The people will never be happy. That's literally true. But the problem with modern Pokemon is that the problems are very obvious. Right? I can talk about why I think Gen 2 isn't good, but those problems are like are problems with like the formula and like how it's being used and like the way the game is structured. It has nothing to do with like performance or models or any of that shit. Then I could go point at like Scarlet and Violet and like, this was bad because you literally couldn't fucking play it. Orange arrows are the opposite of the direction they're pointing, Jamie. Ooh. Yerb. So it's because the problem is Scarlet and Violet is really fucking fun. If it didn't have all those problems, if the Switch 2 released way before it really did, and it ran like it does on that, people would have had a lot less complaints about Scarlet and Violet. I haven't finished Violet. You should play if you have a Switch 2, you should definitely play it. But even if you don't, you should play it. It's a lot more optimized now, so it does run a lot better than when it released. But if you specifically with the DLC, because specifically the DLC makes the game a lot better. It has the Sword and Shield problem, where the DLC adds like exactly what the game needed. Which is fucking dumb. Don't get me wrong. But otherworldly 6 driftfoot. Damn, nice. Hunter Rise problem, yeah. The problem is, specifically the second DLC of Scarlet and Violet is really fucking good. Like, it's exactly what Pokemon should be. Swordbert and Shieldbert. Yes, yes. Was that what it was missing? Yoshi, I hate to tell you that. That was base game Sword and Shield. That was not DLC. The DLC was like Mustard, Adri, Clara, Peony, like, and those characters are good. This game makes me want grape soda, honestly, same. Gun and Shield DLC was Gun and Truck. It would be better. I mean, not better. I mean, the DLC for Sword and Shield were already good. What the fuck? I didn't even do that, lol. The post game of Sword and Shield is so stupid. Maybe the dumbest Pokemon has ever been. If I had to take a guess. But, you know, it's fine. It's fine. Like, no, it isn't. It's actually pretty bad. Maybe we need to just go back to a 5-year dev cycle for Pokemon games instead of a 2 to 3. Maybe. I just realized I'm youngster Joey with my Wooloo. Maybe. Maybe 4. I mean, Gen 10's a 4-year cycle, right? Is the DS era the golden age of Pokemon? No. Gen 4 and 5 are bad. They're the golden age of the pixel art of Pokemon. Like the visual pixel art of it. Gen 5 was good. No, it was not. I'm sorry to tell you, not good. On the DS. That's true. That's true. I can't deny that. Specifically Heart Gold and Soul Silver are pretty good. But the Foliage does. Story-wise, it's also bad. Do not let the people fool you. It's better than everything before? That's true. But I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't really up against much, to be honest. The first time they attempted to do a story was like, what, Gen 3? But all of the villains were idiots. Then Gen 4 was like, all right, Let's have like one villain this time. And then it was bad again because their goal was bad and dumb. Then they had Gen 5. Then they had Gen 6, which is an entire step backwards. And then Gen 7 is the one people complain about. And then Line Sander. People complain about the hand-holding in Gen 7, but its story is easily the best, specifically Sun and Moon. Ultra Sun and Moon is slightly worse on the story front, but still good. Gen 8's story was literally fine until Chairman Rose was like, by the way, I'm doing this. And then it became one of the worst stories in all of gaming. Like, before that, it was just a story of Hop living in his brother's shadow, like, having an identity crisis because he can never be as good as him. And that bad inherently. Correct. It was literally just how they set it up for that. But think of the energy. True. Gen 9 story's interesting. Gen 7 had too much water. 7.8 out of 10. Kind of true. Finally, another purple totem. Lucky. Not lucky. I meant good job. It'd been sick for him to have been the twist villain if he mattered at all. Team Aqua rules. Let's go. Just kidding. I'm Team Magma. Sorry to tell you. I will never forgive water. And yet you're fishing. Yeah, the fish out of the water. And onto land. That's Team Magma, baby. Yeah, I'm saving them from the ocean. -2. Shut up. What the fuck? The thing is, Gen 9, in a story sense, is actually pretty strong. The problem with Gen 9 is almost entirely its performance, which sucks. And Shield story. That's the thing. So the Sword and Shield story is fine. Up until Charon Rose comes along. That's pretty bad. That was not well executed at all. But Hop's whole thing and all of that shit around that is good. Gen 9, I feel like, is a perfected version of Sword and Shield story. Once again, do the DLC. Kieran is like one of the best characters in all of Pokemon. I hate that they put in the DLC. I will never forgive Nintendo. I wish they just put the good shit in their game. Pokemon, the plot that surrounds him blows. And is not one of the best characters in all of Pokemon. I'm gonna be so fucking real. You know what I will say? He's the first. The problem with N is that he's the first interesting character in Pokemon. And people remember him for that. But we've had a lot of games since N with much better written characters. Now granted, not that much many better characters, but not that I would put that he's there. Actually, then there's AZ. What about AZ? AZ's got some shit going on, for sure. Rip my goat. Yeah, rip my goat. Company of all sins. That's Kieran. What about Kieran? Kieran is crazy good as a character. Rip my goat crazy style? What the fuck? Whoop, 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 whoop. Never played it, but he's neat. Do you know, Kieran recently released a version of himself in Pokemon Masters, the funny mobile game. Do you want to know? First of all, his music is fucking stellar. I fucking love Kieran's championship theme. It's so fucking good. He's got his ferret back. He's got his ferret back. Kieran's one of those characters that's legitimately just good. It's a good character. Some people are gonna find him annoying, but I think that's literally the fucking point in the first part of the DLC. Big fan of ferret walking. Basically, Kieran is a very interesting character that literally is the reason to play the DLC for Gen 9, other than the fact that the Blueberry Academy stuff is actually really good. I'm gonna go get a Pepsi. Okay. You know, I said I was gonna go 30 minutes more, but I'm kind of balling. I'll go a little longer. Did they add fashion back? No. I forgot. Yeah, like in the back of my head, I was like, I know they did something wrong in Gen 9. What the fuck was it? What the fuck was it? And you reminded me. It's that they took away fashion. But then Pokemon happens. I have a lot to say about Pokemon. I legitimately love the Pokemon franchise with all its flaws and all. Even when I'm like, I don't really like Gen 5. It's the worst generation of Pokemon. I'm also like, it's still a fun game. I'd play it. I couldn't get into it. Blue Tello? No, I think that's completely fair. Fishing and Pokemon talk. True. I think Gen 6 did a lot wrong. Like a lot wrong. But it did do one thing very right, and it was fashion. And rollerblades. Those are the two things it did very right. And the fairy type. Put that in there too. The game in any spare time I have. The thing about Gen 9 is that it's actually good if you look past the fact that like it runs like shit and that you can't customize your character. Like the Pokemon are good, a little bit over power cuts of the other generations though. But like the stories it's trying to tell are mostly good. And like the final stuff is really fucking cool. Like actually legitimately cool. It really is like a, hey Pokemon Company, you literally almost did it. You almost made a great game, but you fucking fumbled it by not optimizing properly. It's so annoying. They were so fucking close. I think Gen 9 has like one of the better Pokedexes to me too. Got my Pepsi. I have a lot of good things to say about Gen 9. If you can, play it co-op. Like, you might think I'm making a joke, not a joke. Play it co-op. It is fun. Like, actually, Pokemon is better with friends. If there's one thing I learned from Gen 9, it's that Pokemon is actually so much more fun with friends. Friends have Switches. That's actually unfortunate. Because with absolutely like no exaggeration, Gen 9 is so much better if you're just playing with someone else fucking around. They got co-op Pokemon. Only Gen 9 has co-op Pokemon. Wait, where's Gen 10? Is that next year? That's next year, yeah. My hope is that they increase the capabilities of co-op so that you can spectate their gym battles. Because that was the one thing you couldn't do was spectate battles in co-op. But what you could do was place yourself in the world where you knew the battles were and use emotes and shit to cheer them on their screen. And that was eek. And you're probably thinking to yourself, yeah, that actually does sound fun. It was! And I don't hear as many people talking about how good the co-op experience is in Gen 9 because it's tough. It's tough. It's rough out there. I wasn't thinking that actually. No, I was taking thoughts from future you actually. Genshin co-op Veggie appears on screens out of nowhere. Yeah. Oh, but this is like Genshin co-op back in 1.0. So that he could just fucking use his skill and sends the artifacts into the abyss. I'll be ready for that then. But yeah, no. I did it on accident. Oh, you. But yeah. Co-op Pokemon, very fun. I hope that's a big feature of Gen 10. I pray that they expand on that so much, man. Pokemon Company, if you somehow ever get audio of this, please. Please. It's so fun when you play with other people. Well, Gen 10 is just Cobblemon? They already kind of have their own, like, Minecraft game now in Pokopia. But I could see it being kind of Minecrafty. Wind and waves, huh? We'll see, we'll see. Now, if it's bad, I'm gonna be so mad. Sounds like Minecraft update title. It really does. You are actually right about that. Wind and Waker. Team Waves? Yippee. Yeah, same. Or am I Winds? I'm probably Winds? I'm probably Winds? I don't know. I'll have to go check out the... Doesn't blow chunks. Oh yeah, I hate water. True! Fuck water. Team Winds, baby. I forgot. Team Magma all the way. Let's be honest. Team Magma had the better drip. Team Magma had the better drip. They did. They did. They had the better drip. Orange crab, nice. You can't hate on the pirate attire. I'm not hating on the pirate attire. What I am doing is saying that the drip that Team Magma had was better. You assume it's tournament style, continuation of Magma versus Aqua. That means Magma lost. If Team Magma and Team Aqua fought each other, Team Magma would lose. They're literally at like the world's biggest type disadvantage. Like, what types did Team Magma use? Fire and ground. What type did Team Aqua use? Water. Effective against both of them. Unfortunately, they never stood a chance combat-wise. Oop. My sub ran out. Damn. I'm seeing as Team Aqua on top. Look, I will never deny that in reality, if they were to fight, Team Aqua would win. But I think Team Aqua is like definitely not the better team to be on. If I had to choose, it would not be a hard choice. I'd be summoning Groudon with the blue orb, which is the dumbest thing they've ever done in a video game. If Team Aqua was fighting in the Arctic, and all their guys and they all got turned into ice types, then it would be pretty bad. Ice is a really bad type, is the thing. Team Foliage, maybe they would have won. They kind of are Team Foliage, right? They're like, the whole point of Team Magma is that they want to expand the landmass so that humans have more space, right? So if humans have more space, that means trees have more space, more landmass, etc., etc. Team Magma is just because of Groudon. They're a human supremacist group. They're like, why should we care about the things in the ocean when we on land don't have enough room? When they're expanding. Literally true. Can't deny that. Head start. Ooh, I might have to look at that one. The problem is, Groudon and Kyogre are primordial forces that would destroy the planet. Both of them. So neither of their plans would have worked. I met him in Pokopia. That's revisionist history, all right? I guess Primordial instead of primordial. No, actually. It's funny because Kyogre and Groudon have something called primal evolution, which is a type of mega evolution. Oh, there's no way I'm catching this shit. Probably less ordeal. Yeah, I read it. Also, I just had a 1,200 point fish. You're no shot you're catching that shit. But, summoned him to have it rain. Literally true. The problem with summoning Kyogre to make it rain is that it's Kyogre. And you would have to have a means of stopping him from making it rain as well. It's the same thing with both Kyogre and Groudon. Like, yeah, they could actually do some good. However, the problem is getting them to stop. If you have one Rayquaza in hands, you can do it, but that's a very specific countermeasure. No, I see no flaws with this plan. You're literally describing like the plan of, what was it, Team Magma in Emerald. Where they're like, fuck, they summoned Kyogre. Now we have to summon Groudon to balance things out. Or is it the other way around? They summoned Groudon and they're like, oh fuck, this was a mistake. And Team Aqua was right. We gotta summon Kyogre to balance it out. And then it just becomes it. Primordial Force of Nature versus one Master Ball. That's just how it is. I forgot about Emerald. Yeah. Comes down or something. Yep. Then you go get Rayquaza. You get Rayquaza. Rayquaza yells at them and they fucking back down. which is like just like shows the power level difference between those two and Rayquaza. In lore, I think in game, like Kyogre and Groudon are like the two strongest Pokemon of all time. Like in terms of like competitive, like those two are powerhouses. Turns out setting your own weather's pretty good. While also being really strong. There are obviously stronger legendaries in lore than Kyogre and Groudon, but not really. Rayquaza's in the sky, true. We're just for fun. How could they get close to hit it? True, 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 true. Regret introducing Arceus. No. I don't think they regret it, because Sinnoh's all about, like, the creation lore of Pokemon. So I think it was an inevitability that they would introduce, like, a god-like Pokemon into the series. I'm trying to think if there's any Pokemon they legit regret adding. And I'm having trouble. Maybe Hoopa? No, they made its own game, Pikachu. Pikachu, they also made their own game for. Don't forget that. Jinx? Oh, yeah, they definitely regret Jinx. Or Lopunny? Nah. Jamie? They knew what they were doing. You trying to push their Eevee agenda? They do not regret Lopunny. Yeah, they do not. It was a good idea in retrospect? Yes. They do, in fact, think it was a good idea in retrospect. That, Jamie, that's why they keep doing it. Not to be like, this game caters a lot to furries, but they literally keep doing it. They were like, oh fuck, this works like clockwork, and then they kept doing it. Which is fine, look. No, the furries love a lot of Pokemon, that's true. That's so very true. But if that dog stands up. Who knows, man? We'll see, I suppose. I almost got it. Oh, you'll get there. If that fire turns fighting. You think they would do that? You think they would make another fire fighting starter? Yes. Yes. No faith in the Pokemon Company, I see. That's fair. Probably not 10. Fighting fire starter instead. Fighting is a really good type to be in Pokemon's early game. It would probably be the best Pokemon you could have there. Like another 3 gens. Is there a Pokemon? Is there any Pokemon that switched first typing? Yes. Eevee. Let me think of a better answer for you though. A change first typing. No, regional variants don't count. Gains bug type when evolving. True. I don't think anyone gains normal either. Yeah, I'm thinking of like when evolving. I can think of some Pokemon that change, but I don't know if it's their first type. Yes. Azurill into Marill goes from normal fairy to water fairy. Weird ass ball. Whew. You were asking a tough question, you know that? Because you're right, a lot of them change secondary typing, but not primary typing. There's gotta be more. I'm thinking. It's a really, really tough question. Because, like I said, there's a lot of secondary type changes, but not a whole lot of primary ones. Cubone into Alolan Marowak. Yeah, that works. All right, it's the end of the stream, gamers. Sorry, I was really focused on figuring out this question. Let me go sell my fish. Good fish today. It was a good fish today. All right, I have $47,000. Anything I can buy with that? Not really. What about the new Pikachu? That is still an electric type. The only thing that got a different typing was Rotom, which became electric normal. I'm halfway to Goldenrod, which is nice. What, did you just start your Johto journey or something? No? Wow, fucking, come on. I thought that was good. Alright, whatever. Have yourself one of these. I'm not thinking too much more on this, but my brain's telling me there are more answers to this. I'm sure you could just look it up. Hold on, I'm looking at the Pokedex. All right. What are you looking at? What are you looking for? Rather. Here's one. Onyx to Steelix. Oh yeah, rock ground to steel ground. Nodders. Whew. All right, gamers. I will see all of you. Firefighting Scenario is back on the menu. No. I'll see all of you tomorrow for the sledding game. Swablu to Altaria? Yeah, normal flying to dragon flying. All right, yeah. I don't know if anyone's even gonna have the sledding game, but I'll be there. We'll see how it goes. All right, I do have to wait for you guys to leave the server again, even after I end my stream. So if you guys could do that for me real quick, that'd be much appreciated. And I will see all of you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your night and tomorrow morning. Bye. Bye.